Doctor's visits, painful procedures, and pokes, not the desired setting for children, but the reality for some that are facing chronic illnesses. In this morning's Dose of Happy, the Bounce Children Foundation is focused on letting kids be kids despite the health battles that they're facing. We're talking everything from fun parties known as bounce bashes to goodie bags called bounce back kits, full of surprises for kids facing the toughest challenge of their lives. It's all to give help to these kids and their families and help them shift from surviving to thriving, as the organization puts it. Joining me now, I have CEO Joan Steltmann, who is here in person. Thank you so much.
Good morning, Markie.
Good morning to you. I was just telling you before we came out live, I think this is remarkable. It's almost the 10-year anniversary.
Thank you. It is.
How does it work? Tell us a bit more about Bounce.
Families find us and join this community, and they stay until their Bounce kiddo is 21. So we provide a place for the child to grow up and the entire family to connect. We're really about bringing them out of the shadows, and we think of pediatric chronic illness as a hidden epidemic because almost 1 in 5 U.S. children grow up battling a disease for which there is no cure.
And as a mom, myself, you can't even imagine what these families are going through. When we talk about these bounce parties that you put on, you show up at the hospital, in their hospital rooms, or what does that actually look like for these kids?
We're actually about the time when the kids are not in the hospital, because that's the hardest part. It turns out in our country, a lot of organizations focus on that time when they're hospitalized. But our kids go home and they're still not healthy. And so they're still battling these health conditions and the support disappears. That's where we step in. We do Bounce Bash family events twice a month. We get the entire family out of the house to do something they can't do on their own. They live with the perpetual quarantine that we all experienced back during the pandemic. But for our families, it doesn't go away. So we will get them out of the house. We will take over a bowling alley, an ice skating rink, a roller rink, so they can safely participate. We will rent out a drive-in movie theater or an indoor movie theater.
Wow.
We throw the Halloween party because they can't go out and trick or treat. And so it's all about opening up opportunities for our families to get out of the house, to do something other than be sick, other than the next medical appointment, and to connect with each other, to find community, to find a place where they feel comfortable and they are recognized and appreciated as people, not as patients.
As patients, yeah. And you take their mind off of everything for a moment. What do you hear from the kids themselves?
Oh, they love it. One little kid at the end of an event recently came up to us and said, "This is better than Disney."
Oh.
And I thought, wow.
Did you just start crying?
Pretty
imagine
much.
Your heart
Yes.
just explodes every time
it really
you see
does.
these gatherings.
Parents tell us that this is family to them. We really become a second family. For parents, it takes away a lot of the guilt and anxiety because they don't have the resources to focus on quality family time. They don't have the time, the energy. They also don't have the financial resources to go do what they want to do and to provide for their kids what they want to provide.
For people watching this segment right now and saying, I'd like to sign up for the program myself, or I'd like to contribute from afar, how do people get involved?
That's a great question. As we approach our 10th anniversary, which will be later this summer, we're looking ahead to the next 10 years. How do we grow Bounce to be able to help more kids across the country? And so I would encourage all your viewers to go to our website, bouncechildrensfoundation.org, and find out what appeals to them. We have volunteer opportunities, and of course, we're 100% privately funded, so we're grateful for all the financial donations. And something as small as a $25 gift lets a family participate in our education program so they can learn the coping skills they need to hold themselves and their families together. Larger gifts, $100, will send a family to one of these outings and have them create an opportunity to focus on something other than being a patient.
It goes such a long way. It's $20.
It's hugely impactful. And it's not just for the child. I mean, the child is at the center of this, but those brothers and sisters grow up in the shadow of these diseases, and they end up with mental health issues because of the trauma that they endure and they feel completely overshadowed.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.